Hello, peeps, and welcome to another Power Packed Phillips podcast. Yeah, buddy. Your only homework tonight is to take your 10-question packet home on equations that we've been working on in class if you have not finished it. If you've not finished your packet, please take it home tonight and continue working on it. This packet is due on Friday. All right, today's podcast is going to be on Chapter 3, Lesson 3.6. We're going to talk about solving proportions. But no, we're not going to solve wimpy proportions like this. That's wimpy. We're going to ratchet up, or is it ratchet down? I always forget. We're going to put on our big boy pants today. We're going to get big. We are going to muscle up and solve proportions like this. That's what I'm talking about, because we are in algebra. All right, if you would, please make yourself a note in your notes homework spiral. This is going to be lesson 3.6, and we're going to solve proportions using cross products. Solve proportions using cross products. If you would, please copy this big boy proportion on your paper. Please write 4 over x equals 8 over x minus 3. Gonna ratchet up, or wait, is it ratchet down? I'm so confused. Okay, this is a proportion. To solve the proportion, you would multiply diagonally. So, when I say multiply diagonally, that means we are going to take this 4 and we are going to multiply it with x, and we're going to take this 4 and multiply it by 3. So, here's a thought. Let's use the distributive property. So, I am going to take this 4, put it down here. I'm going to take this x minus 3 and put it over here. We said that we are going to multiply diagonally. So instead of putting a dot like this, remember I have to multiply the 4 by x, and I have to multiply the 4 by the negative 3. So I will put parentheses to show the multiplication. So I have 4 times x minus 3. There we go, distributive property. Now I'm going to move this over to the side. Get rid of this. If I multiply diagonally this way, I just have x times 8 or 8 times x. It means the same thing. So there's my 8. There's my x. I'm timesing, multiplying diagonally. So I'm going to put a dot in between them. And I'm going to write the equal sign between these problems. So bring your equal sign down between them. BRB. Alright, so here is my equation. We should remember by now that there is an invisible 1 here in front. And we should remember by now that there's an invisible 1 in front of this x. There we go. Now I am going to distribute. So I have 4 times 1x. 4 times 1 is 4. My dog, ruff, ruff, follows me everywhere I go. So when I multiply these together, I get 4x. Now I am going to distribute the 4 with negative 3. So now I have 4 times negative 3. That's going to give me negative 12. Alright peeps, this was my original equation. I am going to rewrite this equation with the answers that I got from using the distributed property. So I am going to rewrite this equation with the answers I got from the distributed property. So I got 4x when I distribute it, and I got minus 12 when I distribute it. Now, on the right side of my equation, I'll just do 8 times 1x. 8 times 1x is going to give me 8x, and I will copy the rest of my equation. So there's my 4x, there's my minus 12. Now I have 4x minus 12 equals 8. So I'll bring down my 4x, there's my minus 12, there's my equal sign, there's my 8x. Remember, my goal is to get all of my hearts on one side and get all of my stars on the other side. My goal is to get all my hearts on one side and all my stars on the other. So, check it out. I have a heart here and I have a heart here. I'm going to take this 4x and move it over to this side, because once I do that, I will have a star on one side and I will have a heart on the other. If you say, no, crazy math teacher, I'm going to move the 8x over to this side, well, this is what's going to happen. This heart's going to be gone, but now look, you have a heart and a star on the same side. That doesn't help you. You can do it that way, but it's more work. So I'm going to bring the 4x over to the right side of my equation. Remember that when you cross this line, when you cross that line, you cross that fence, you're going to do the opposite of what District 12 tells you. So remember that this is a SPY for the positives. I'm going to go across that fence. I'm going to do the opposite of what the district tells me. So I'm going to subtract 4x. Remember, in math, whatever you do to one side, you got it, boys and girls, you do to the other. So I am going to write a negative 4x over here on this side. These will cancel. Bada bing, bada boom. I am left with negative 12. Just going to highlight my negatives so we don't forget. Eight minus 4 is 4. Your dog, ruff, ruff, follows you everywhere you go. Bring down your equal sign. Now, this should be as easy as it is for the Chicago Cubs to lose. Come on, guys. They haven't won the World Series since 1908. My gosh, Arizona wasn't even a state the last time they won the World Series. So, they lose quite often. You should be able to do this part of the equation quite often. These are touching each other. That means multiplication. I am going to divide both sides of my equation, not by negative 12, by 4. 4 happened in Vegas. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. These will cancel. Bada bing, bada boom. This means negative 12 divided by 4. That's what that means. Negative 12 divided by 4 is going to give you negative 3. So there is our solution to the proportion. X is negative 3. Ding, 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 ding. We have a winner, unlike the Cubs. So just remember, when you guys get a problem like this, you're going to multiply diagonally, remembering that when you do this part, you're going to use the distributive property. Alright guys, thanks for watching. See ya.